If you like your drama ripped from the headlines, get ready for Circle of Deception. Directed by Ashley Williams, Diane Neal stars as a former beauty queen who masterminds a murder. Watch this.
Sometimes I think about leaving Whidbey Island and going somewhere warm. I always thought, Vegas would be fun. What about you? Are you satisfied with your dream?
You want to know the truth?
Nothing but.
I've always wanted to kill someone.
Who doesn't want to kill someone? Like, who's on your list?
Oh, bosses, ex-wives.
Wives.
All right, and Ashley and Diane are here with me now. Ladies, how are you?
We're great. We're so great.
I'm so glad to hear that. Ashley, this is your first TV movie that you've directed. So congrats on that, first of all. How did the whole experience feel?
Oh, it was amazing. I had the most incredible time. Lifetime has this whole initiative for empowering females, especially behind the camera. And I was so honored to have been sort of a graduate of that program.
So what was it about this story that you said, yep, that's the one. That's the one I want to direct?
Well, I think what's so cool about what Lifetime does is they take these true rip from the headline stories, many of which are familiar to us, and then they allow us to really do a character study of the psychological aspects of what a murderer is thinking and feeling, and what they might do when they're crying by themselves in a bathroom, which is what we had Diane Neal do in our movie. And that's what I think is really cool about what Lifetime does. It's really an introspective look at these really gripping, intense stories that America really loves.
Yeah. So Diane, let's talk about Peggy Sue.
Because Peggy Sue Thomas,
Sue
my
is a
friend.
whole character in herself, but tell me who she is and how did all of this go down?
It was really hard to even at some point you just have to decide you can't get into the mind of somebody that just does a lot of bad things for really bad reasons.
As an actor, have to. Aren't you supposed to find something that you like about them?
Oh no, I was definitely advocating for Peggy Sue. I like Peggy Sue, but she and I are the antithesis of human beings. So it was really fun to play. It's really cathartic. You get to get it all out of your system, just like someone who's just
Yes,
that's the best description I can give.
She never actually did that on
She never did that. She did
it behind her eyes.
Mentally. Yeah. It was all subtext.
But I have to say, Diane Neal showed up on the first day and just jumped in. I mean, the character is absolutely narcissistic and insane. And Diane Neal was like, oh, let's go. And I was so lucky to have her.
Well, I have to say this, let me give Ashley some kudos. You were really commanding, but you were kind. It was kind of the greatest combination of anything you could get in a director. And especially for me, I put on weight and then doing love scenes for the first time in my career at 44, who does that? And Ashley that was the only thing that stressed me out. And Ashley was
awesome.
Ashley was so
awesome.
Great at making me feel mellow and calm and it's all right, man. You go with it. You're just Peggy Sue now.
Well, and I heard that Peggy Sue got out of prison 5 years ago, right? So, I mean, what do you think about, did you have any contact with her? And what do you think about what she's going to think when she watches it?
Oh, that's a tough one. I have had no contact with her. I wouldn't be surprised if she reaches out. I kept thinking about that. I'm
knocking on your door.
I know. What do you do? Oh my God. What about you, Ashley? Do you even have any?
I will say that as somebody who really had a vision for crafting the story around Peggy Sue, I really fell in love with her. And I don't think that it necessarily portrays her in a bad light. I mean, ultimately, I think this is a story of something very familiar to me, which is that women are fighting every day to do the very best they can under their circumstances. And I would not call her, the enemy of this story. I think she's an anti-hero, and I think she's complicated. And I think she has a really, really, really good heart, which is what's so fascinating about the movie.
It was fun watching you be such a bad girl after you were such a good girl on Law & Order. So on the good team. But I also loved seeing you reunited with Tamara Tooney.
I know. How great was that? That was brilliant casting by Ashley.
Yeah. So what was it like reuniting with her?
Oh my God, we had so much fun because, Tamara and I were in quarantine for, 2 weeks in a hotel room that you're cleaning yourself and, fixing your own food and all that stuff, all the stuff that makes a hotel fun, gone. And it was so funny. We were talking every day. So we were just catching up. And when we got out, we were taking like seaplanes and going on things every time we had a day off and having dinner every night. Like we had such a blast.
It was so lovely chatting with you ladies. You can catch Circle of Deception on Lifetime on March 6th. Thank you so much for taking the time.
Thank you so much for having us.